And here we go. Welcome back, everyone. We're continuing on Trails in the Sky, Chapter 1. Last time we left off, we completed the hidden quest at Emberl Tower. And now we're just continuing on some of the other side quests before we get back to the main bulk. In fact, today is going to have some pretty difficult fights. One of which we may not actually be up to task for. But we'll find out. For now, we're going to be heading this way. Because we need to go back to Liberl Valley, which was the place we went to get the Abaddon potluck a couple episodes ago. Liberl Valley, we've got some pretty intense fights coming up. We have at least one monster extermination quest in Liberl Valley, and we have to find Bearclaw. And there is no map for Liberl Valley. Oh, and the monsters also kick your ass. Like the giant foot here. Yeah, this is going to be fun. And it's all going to be big things like this. You know what? I'm going to take a chance and, Estelle, you're just going to move over there. Oh. That works. Then we have the White Insectos and Ice Pecker. Yes, I do need to say it like that, because that's the entire joke. Now let's see. Yep, wind works perfectly fine. We just want to kill these guys as fast as possible. And the Ice Peckers can drop lighters. And we've got these guys who I didn't actually get a back attack on. That's that's just lovely. Let's just eat an omelet. Oh boy. Really? Turned around right as I got there. I don't want to fight these guys without a preemptive strike. They're annoying enough as is. There we go. Preemptive strike. They are good against wind, but they also don't have that much health, so... As I thought. That still worked out. It still works. They drop tricolored rice. That doesn't really matter for the moment. Oh. Oh boy. I'm gonna use Flicker, because that has the chance of attack delay. And Flicker again. He's also blinded. Perfect. Blind is going to be our best friend here. If we don't instantly kill him with something. Because that's always nice. Oh. He's also just going to heal a little bit right there. Of course, we can't get another instant KO on them. That would be just way too easy. Oh, no. Oh, okay, good. Good, good. Really, Joshua? Really? Okay. We're gonna heal Estelle, because we don't want her dead. And I'm noticing that, yeah, we want to use magic on him. That looked really good for us. We got an HP too. Sweet. We're going to put that on Sheriff for now. Give me a moment. Ah. Hello, Rice Queen. How are you doing? Sorry, I was just checking who my viewer was. I like to stay on top of that. Let's see. Yeah, let's just hit them all as hard as we can. Kill the bugs. They're bugging me. Actually, it's because of that thing down there that I'm getting a little bit antsy about my level. Because that guy's not going to be fun. With Estelle, it's not worth it. I'm going to use her to clock up Scheherazade. And there we go. We're just going to attempt this. Hey, that worked out. Because only one of them can attack me now. And we're going to do a lightning. Never mind. We're doing another aerial. Nope, there's no way to hit both. Oh, never mind, I didn't need to. We're just gonna pound into this guy as much as we can. If he wakes up, he's gonna be a problem. Oh, he woke up. Mind Whip. Let's just interrupt that. We're having none of that. Yeah, I'm just not going to take any chances. I kind of wanted to save that, but he was going to kill me. Or he was going to kill someone. Okay, we're saving. Because we cannot go into this fight blind. Lighter, lighter, lighter. Yep. I think that's the best we're going to get. And we're also going to use some tear bombs. Get everyone up to full health. Save now that we've got that. And oh, so much fun. We're going to flicker through these two, delay them. And I want to double check elemental resistances on these guys. Of course. These ones are bad against fire. These ones are bad against water. And he's bad against fire. We have impede on Estelle, so let's try to take advantage. Right there. That's the best we're going to get. Hey, that worked out. And since big guy is still still takes 100% of damage from water, we're just going to put this right here. Airstrike, sure, whatever. Ooh. Okay, we inflicted freeze on those two. I think I described freeze in another session already, but it prevents them from taking a turn and does damage every turn. So we are in a good spot due to that. Then we're going to... just flicker these two. There we go. Yeah, we want Estelle to intercept that healing. Because we don't want the Master Cryon to get any cheap shots on us, if we can so help it. Flicker? There we go. And look at that, intercepted another 10% heal. This is working beautifully. We're going to go down here, and we want to use a drill meatball. And Soul Blur. This is actually going a lot better than I thought it would. Because I think this is going to kill him. There we go. I think having the lighters actually made a huge difference for us, because Blue Impact, the spell that he uses, can freeze, I believe. And there we go. That said, we're far from done here. Nibble Valley has a lot of stuff for us. And the chest feels so empty. I keep looking that way, thinking my camera's over there, because my screen that has my stream is over here. Anyway, we got some guitars, which are... I forgot to equip those again. Okay. I'm totally not an idiot. I promise. We're just going to follow this, and look! Bear Claw. This is Bear Claw, isn't it? That reminds me. Wasn't someone looking for one of these? That's what it said on the bulletin board, remember? Check your bracer or notebook about it later. Oh, right. I'll do that. So yes, we found the Bear Claw. We got the guitars. But there's still at least one more chest in this area we need to get. In Nebel Valley in general. There is more in Nebel Valley later on, but we'll get back to that. Nebel Valley is not just an empty bunch of plateaus. But for now, we need to kill an ice pecker. And a bunch of other things, too. Not that, though. I really just don't like dealing with the insects. They usually have plenty of defense, hit decently hard, and are pretty fast. So I want to say we want to go this direction. Towards where we got the Abaddon potluck before. Take a different path in the end. However, we can go up there still. Also, I'm not sure if it's my computer or just the game not liking this area, but I am getting frame drops, which is oh so fun. Yeah, I actually forgot about this. You can rest in the bed. And we've already got everything from him. I'm not really too worried about getting more tier bombs at the moment. Because worst case scenario, we just make more stuff. Like I can make 2 fried eggs and fried eyes and eggs. Or 2 mouthful soup, which are better than tier bombs. I don't want to make the floral jelly or the flowery soda though, because they take bear claw. And I'm not sure if we need to have it for when we complete that quest. So just in case, we're not touching the bear claw. All we're going to do is kill more ice peckers. Especially now that we're at full health. So the resist there that it said was because I have the lighters equipped. Because these guys can freeze you with their basic attacks. It's oh so fun. Not really. Yeah, we're going to be getting into areas, or into fights that want us to be higher level, so I'm just not taking chances right now. I'm willing to grind just a little bit, but not go out of my way to grind. Let's see. There should be one chest around here at some point, right? Or did I just completely miss it in the other area? Nope, not there. There it is. Just in case. Strega R. That is a pair of shoes. And Estelle really likes the Strega brand, so we're going to give those to Estelle. It just feels right. Oh, more bear claw. I'm kind of glad that I noticed that. Alrighty. Ow. We're gonna probably heal up at that house again before we leave the area. Just to be safe. And because there is one more big monster we have to fight before continuing the story. Nope. Meh. One insect, I don't care. Oh. I ended up going to the exit. Who cares? Let's see. I know there's one of those big guys around here. I think they're called wisdoms. I think it's in this section of the map. Since they can drop HP 2s, if we can get another one for Estelle, that would be kind of awesome. Yep, let's just fight the wisdom. However, I kind of want a preemptive strike. There we go. Shadow Spear. And Firebolt. And Soul Blur. And I guess... there we go, and he dropped something. Come on. HP 2. There we go. That worked out a little too beautifully, in my opinion. So, the reason I wanted that, Mind 1 or HP 1 give one water element, Sebeth. They're one water element to our lineup. HP 2 gives us 3. So I can go down here to hit, replace that with Mind 1, and have a tier 2 tier. So we have a stronger heal on Estelle. Plus, more HP. Just always a good thing to have. Now, Bear Claw Survey. We need to go to Spence Pharmacy in the market. I want to say that's this guy. Can I help you find something? My medicine works wonders. We came here after seeing something posted on the bulletin board at the Bracer Guild. Could you by any chance be Spence? Oh, you're bracers, are you? I've been waiting for you to come. Guess we can dispense with the formalities then. I understand you're trying to find find places where the bear claw grows, correct? Yes, the bear claw is a medicinal herb that it's difficult to find in these parts. Up until now, I'd been having them shipped from Relent. But just recently I asked a Father Holstein to prepare a new medicine. So it seems like I'm going to be using more of these than before. Well, you're in luck. Then you're in luck. You can find Bear Claw in the Bose region too. Really? We found some growing in the Nebel Valley. There weren't many of them, but there should be enough to use for your medicine. This is wonderful news. It has been said that Bear Claw grows grows well in humid places. Now that I think about it, the Nebel Valley is the perfect place for them to grow. I appreciate you helping me out like this. Now I can put in my full effort into preparing this new medicine. Great! Good luck with your work and have a wonderful day. We'll be going then. With that, we've completed that quest. And next, we're going into the West Bose. We're going to go back down the West Bose Highway after we heal. Because this next fight is not fun at all. Let's see. I also want to double check on what we can make at the Orbital Factory. Quartz. Nope. Okay. We're going down this way to prepare for fun stuff. This next monster group. The guide I'm using is saying, yeah, no, I was level 15 for this. You'd best prepare for a really, really fun time. Because even at level 15, they were struggling. And this is a nightmare mode guide. So I'm of the opinion that it's pretty wise to listen to them. We're right here. If it's going to throw them at us, we might as well try. No, I want to have at least one Sepith up. If we're going to do a fight versus Shining Palm, we're going to get the max Sepith out of them. Nope. This won't take long. It'll show up eventually. Here, we're gonna smack him, run, smack him, run, smack him, run, until we find a Sepith up within the first 5 things, I suppose. 6 max. We probably won't be able to kill them without Shadow Spear, though. They are very difficult. But if I can kill one, it might get us to level 15 on all 3 characters, which would be very helpful. It just really doesn't want to give us Sepith up. I usually find it after at least 3 or 4. That makes me feel bad. Okay, I think we can kill... I think we can work with this. It's not the best, but we can work with this. And we're going to clock up on Joshua. And now, even if we don't kill it, we get 70 from that one. Oh, they're not running. They ran. Okay. You know what? Since we're so close to level 15, I am going to attempt to get that really quickly. Since I'm pretty sure Joshua with a crit can kill a Shining Palm at this point. And go here. We're going to give Joshua a drill meatball. We're going to Sylphin Whip. I was really hoping. Ooh, that's close enough that I'm willing to use Scheherazards. No! You can't do that to me, game. That's not fair. That's just not fair. It had 5 health. I'm not leaving without killing one now. It's a matter of pride, of which I have very little to begin with, so let me have it. Let me have what little I can get. Come on. Just anything. Just goes to show. These guys are not easy. So how's everything going with you guys? Everything going well? Life treating you well? I hope so. I know for me it's been slightly crazy, but nothing awful. Just actually getting hours at work for once. But that's not going to interrupt the next couple of days of streams. Because I'm working mornings. Therefore, I can still do the 5 o'clock streams. And I don't even want that much from this. I just want to get some more CP on Joshua. Fine, we're doing it this way. Hey, there we go. You know what, let's... no, didn't work. Oh! He's not running. He thinks we should take advantage. If he doesn't run again... oh well. We killed one. Wait, I'm only getting 27? Oof. Ooh, but we got a crest charm. Let's take a double check what that does. Prevent sleep and faint. That's really good. Ooh. Yeah, we want level 15. Sorry guys, I don't like to grind on screen, but considering how tough some of these fights are going to be, I don't want to waste everyone's time and try it and fail a dozen times. Well, you know what? It's right here. It's this big guy right here. So, let's try it. Can't hurt. Earthquaker. Oh. I'm gonna change up our loadout really quickly. Scheherazade. Oh, that's a wind only slot. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's all we can do. And we don't want to lose attack on Joshua. I think this is the way to go. He got an immediate critical turn. That just wasn't fair. Okay. We're just going to let him kill us because we're not winning this time. And that was just due to dumb luck. We're going to clock up on Joshua. And I feel like I should have just kept the Latir on Scheherazade. But I'm not going to let him get any boosted attacks off. Hey, we got attack delay. There we go. Guess we didn't need to worry too much. And with that... Oh, East Bosley Highway. Either way. Yeah, we'll do one more reset. See if we get a Shining Palm. If we don't... I didn't want to go back in there. I swear. Well, we do indeed have a Shining Palm here. And we'll give it its fair shot. Hey, there we go. And neither of them ran. It is entirely possible we get two. Very unlikely, but entirely possible. As I said, very unlikely. However, that's level 15 for Joshua and Estelle. So we still hit our goal. Woohoo! And those guys getting a surprise attack on us really doesn't matter. So now we just run on back. Gotta love turbo mode for traversing areas we've already been. And we'll turn these in at the Bracer Guild. And make sure... Yep. No more that we need to turn in. Emerald Tower Mystery, Bear Claw Survey, Nebel Valley Monster, and West Bose Monster. And we got up to rank 6. Junior Bracer rank 6. And got the Petrify Quartz. We're going to put EP1 back on Joshua. Right? No, we're going to give Joshua information. And I'm going to go down here, and we're going to give Estelle Petrify. That means there's a 10% chance on any attack that Estelle inflicts the Petrify status ailment. And Petrify is completely broken. It prevents any enemies from acting, anything from acting. And it gives every attack from there on out a chance of one-shotting. Oh, and we actually need to just talk to Legrand, because we haven't yet. I didn't realize that. Give me a moment. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's you kids again. So did you find out anything about the incident? You bet. Valuable information at that. The Sky Bandits and the Kapua family. You're right. That is valuable information. Looks like we'll be able to decide on a policy for the Bracer Guild related to this. However, I'm surprised to hear that General Morgan is an even bigger Bracer hater than I originally thought. Yeah, I was really surprised myself. In Relent, the job of a Bracer is pretty much respected by everyone, so to encounter someone that hates Bracers that much... Don't worry about it. General Morgan is an exception. Under normal circumstances, the Royal Army and the Guild maintain a pretty good cooperative relationship. However, it looks like this time you're going to have to deal with a lot more than you bargained for. Well, then I guess we'll have to try and make steady efforts while maintaining a low profile. But it looks like these recent burglaries are also the work of the Sky Bandits, right? Yes. Taking into account the incident in Relent, it's pretty clear who's behind these. Call them burglaries is one thing, though, because most of the stuff that's been stolen hasn't been all that valuable. I would have never thought they would go so far as to commit a heinous crime, like hijacking the Linde. Now that you mention it, that is rather odd. The burglary that happened in Relent was also rather mild in comparison. Yeah, and to hijack an airliner, and then turn around and demand a ransom from the royal family. The risks there are even greater than any potential reward. In light of that, we should probably do a little more a little more on the investigative side ourselves. So, nope, don't need to talk to him again. Alright, let's see. Now that we've reported into the guild and the mayor, we need to think about what to do next. Just searching around blindly for the airliner or the Sky Bandit probably won't amount to anything, right? If it had, then the army would have found them a long time ago. Huh? What's the matter with you two? Estelle, you've matured. If it had been the same you as before, you probably would have said something like, let's just comb the entire region. I never thought I'd see the day when those words would come out of your mouth either. My heart's too full of emotion for words. So what are you two trying to say? You can be rude sometimes, I hope you know. We were complimenting you, Estelle. Seriously. Unfortunately, unlike Relent, the Bose region is certainly much vaster. I'm really hoping for a clue right about now. A clue, huh? Oh, right. Wasn't that Niall and Dorothy we saw in front of the mayor's place earlier? He seemed pretty starved for a story, but I wonder if he knows anything else. It's true he arrived in Bose a little before we did, so I think it may be worth talking to him. I wonder where they went. Well, if you guys remember, we know where Niall is. Drinking away his sorrows. Poor Niall. There's no reason to save here. I just like saving before some of the major conversations. Oh, god damn it. This ain't a joke, you know? Well, we found him, but he's drunk off his ass. Was having his article rejected really that much of a shock to his system? He's just acting like the man he is. Men are pigs, after all. Though he seems to have forgotten that alcohol is a drink to be consumed, not to be consumed by. You're one to talk. Don't they sometimes call you Bottomless Shara? Oh, please. Bottomless is much more suitable for a woman like Ina. I, on the other hand, can hold my liquor. No matter how much I drink, my face and disposition remain unreddened. So don't you dare group a fun-loving drinker like myself in the same category as this clumsy lush. Oh, come now. When you get drunk, you lose it completely, and everyone around you gets a heck of a show. Admit it. It's certainly true that Ina is like a bucket to Shara's sieve. But no matter how you look at it, they're both pretty bottomless. I'm sensing disrespect, children. Oh. Where am I? Good. You're awake, sort of. Drinking so much is not good for your health, you know. Ugh, my head. What the? You're that bracer trainee, right? No, aren't you? Oh my goddess. What the hell am I doing in Relent? Thought I'd made my way to Bose. What are you mumbling about, you sponge? You are in Bose, and so are we. Oh, well, damn. Don't scare me like that. Oh, and I see you've got a lovely lass with you. Name's Scheherazade Harvey. And the pleasure is all yours, I'm sure. I'm the mentor of these two. Scheherazade. Are you the infamous Silver Streak by any chance? Oh, you humble me, sir. I take it you've heard of me, then. Only rumors, I'm afraid. But yeah, I know your name. You're one of the top young bracers, if I'm not mistaken. Which means you three are here to investigate the incident as well, I suppose. Oh, so you do have some brains left in there after all that booze. I'm impressed. You find anything out? We saw you by the mayor's house. You looked pretty troubled. They seemed pretty troubled. Damn, they saw that? Yeah, I was looking for clues and couldn't find any. That's what I figured. Damned Army's regulations on the spread of information. Damn Army's regulations on the spread of information really restrict what I'm able to learn anyway. And if I try to consult General Morgan at the Hawken Gate directly, I'll be held up for inspection for who knows how long. So I figured I'd at least try to score an interview with the legendary voluptuous mayor, but a maid turned me away outright. And to top it all off, that useless girl kept screwing everything up. Everything! Oh, great Adios. Tell me what did I do to deserve this shabby life? Well, you did try to do an exclusive on the mayor's chest. But if you want information that badly, we might share some of ours with you. Oh? We're actually investigating the incident on Mayor Maybell's behalf right now. So, naturally, we've met with the mayor and General Morgan, too, for that matter. Holy crap. You serious? Yep, totally. Score! And the goddess gets a point. Blessed be the bounty of Adios. Please, I beg of you, tell me anything. Tell me everything. Every last detail. We'll be glad to, however... Aren't you forgetting something, Niall? Huh? Information ain't free, you know. We'll scratch your back, but you need to scratch ours first. And get that look off your face. I totally do not mean that literally. You want Mira or something? My research funds are long exhausted at this point, I'm sorry to say. We're not interested in your money. We just find it fascinating that you made your way to Bose right after this incident occurred. Seems like you might have heard some interesting things yourself. That being the case... and here I thought you were a nice kid. Turns out you're just a slimy little leech like me. I'll tell you what I know, but rest assured, it's not big news by any stretch of the imagination. As long as it's related to the incident, no matter how trivial it may seem, I'll take it. Just don't be stingy. Give it to us straight, okay? Fine, fine. I'll tell you everything, on my honor as a newsman. I've got 2 clues to share, so if you're taking notes, I suggest you get out your pen and paper. We're ready whenever you are. Man, Joshua. No, man, way to go, Joshua. You're on a roll. Well, if he ever gets tired of being a bracer, we know he'll have a bright future in racketeering this with those skills. The first clue is in the form of an eyewitness report from the village of Ravenue to the west. I talked to a villager who'd just come to Bose for a visit, and she told me something very interesting. Apparently, she knows a kid who saw a huge shadow flying overhead on the night of the incident. A huge shadow flying overhead? Yep, airship. Airship, I told him. Maybe even the missing one. But the army checked it out and found absolutely nothing. Ah, you meanie. You raised our hopes only to dash him straight away. So you're saying someone saw something, but it was probably unrelated to anything. That's what I'm saying. I warned you that it wasn't big news. And I went to a lot of trouble to get this sad morsel too. What with the information embargo in place and all. Well done. No, well done. Now let's hear that second clue of yours. Fine. The other thing I learned is that the military's intelligence division is on the move. Intelligence division? I've heard rumors about them. It's a new royally sanctioned branch of the army in charge of intelligence gathering and dissemination. That's the one. And yeah, supposedly, they're so elite they can even stand toe-to-toe with the royal bodyguards. The man they put in charge is Colonel Richard. Colonel Richard is apparently quite the whiz kid. With him on the case, they say this incident is as good as solved already. Doesn't seem like your information will be of much use in our investigation. Yeah, well, can't say I didn't warn you. Sorry I couldn't help much on your end. But a promise is a promise. I scratched, now it's your turn. Of course, a deal is a deal after all. The Kapuas, Sky Bandits, a ransom demand to the Royal House and the Airship Corporations? Good goddess, that's exactly what I needed. That's the missing link I've been killing myself to find. Caught your fancy, did it? Absolutely. I can definitely write my article now. I can't be wasting time getting drunk here. I have to find Dorothy, post-haste. See you later, you wonderful people, you. I love Niall. He's awesome. Wow. His spirit certainly lifted it fast. Well, he was chasing a big story pretty unsuccessfully until we came along. It's only natural. I'm glad we could help him out. Well, look at you. From Mr. I'll break your kneecaps if you don't talk to Mr. Nice Guy in under a minute. Talk about a split personality. Stop thinking weird things about me. I was just negotiating. A little give and take, nothing more. A bad boy exterior with a good boy inside. Or it's the other way around. Either way, I'm sure the girls love it. But anyway, I guess we've only really dealt with scrupulous people so far. We're pretty lucky in that regard. Start dealing with weirdos, and that's when you'll need to bust out some really questionable negotiation techniques. Why are you looking at me when you said that? Anyway, that aside, was anyone else a little bothered when Niall talked about that huge flying shadow thing? The Eyewitness Report from Ravenue? I'd say there's a strong chance there was nothing to it, if the army already checked it out. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the army's totally infallible. They could have missed something. It wasn't General Morgan himself, after all, but one of his men. And some of those guys are pretty thick-headed. That is true. Probably worth looking into. Certainly can't hurt at any rate. You two are starting to get the hang of this, I see. I think this is a splendid idea. Let's head to Ravenue then, shall we? Got it. Alright. You guys might remember Ravenue from the first episode of this chapter. Or rather, half episode, because half of it was dealing with the Kapua family. But yeah. It, like the thing we fought earlier, is out to the west. So I did find out something interesting. The peckers on the roads here will only attack Joshua if he's actually available to be attacked. Just kind of an interesting tidbit for anyone wanting to play the game. Huh? Ah, we're finally meeting Agate. Oh. Oh. Scheherazade, is that you? Well, this is an unlikely place to run into the Silver Streak. Right back at you. Right back at you. I thought you were in the Royal City, but are you here to look into the airliner incident? No, I'm here on some chump errand. But speaking of the incident, I hear it was work of the Sky Bandits. Still, if you're here on the job, I guess I don't have to worry about it myself. Good luck to you. Is that all you've got to say? I'm sure you've heard that Cassius might have been taken hostage, right? Cassius Bright? Taken hostage? Don't make me laugh. That old man's not going to get beaten by the like of some Sky Bandits. Anybody saying that is severely mistaken. I'd like to believe that too, but I wonder who this guy is. I don't know, but he seems to fit the mold for a bracer. By the way, who are these brats you got tagging along with you? Looks like a bunch of newbies to me. Well then, I'm sure you'll be surprised to hear that these brats are Cassius's kids. Yeah, that's a surprise, alright. These are the old man's kids, huh? Hard to believe it. Why are you looking at us like that? This boy with the black Now, this boy with the black hair is one thing, but the girl really looks like an amateur. Are you really sure she's Cassius's daughter? You want to try saying that again with my staff in your teeth? She's the bona fide daughter of Cassius Bright, and I have to warn you, her bite is as good as her bark. And I'm just his adopted son. Is that a fact? Oh well, doesn't really matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Well, take it easy, Scheherazade. And be careful not to let these brats drag you down. Yeah. And make sure not to rush into any trouble yourself either. I'll keep those words in mind. Oh, right, Scheherazade. Was it you who took down the monster near the mine? Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't just me. It was us. I don't think any number of trainees would have made much of a difference. But anyway, good luck in your search for those Sky Bandits. Later. What's with that guy? He really pisses me off. I see. So that was Heavy Blade Agate, huh? Heavy Blade Agate? What a stupid name. Agate Crossner, Senior Bracer in the Bracer Guild. He works in all regions and isn't affiliated with any specific branch. His massive blade is said to be capable of slicing a monster in two with a single slash. I'll just tell you right now, he's one tough customer. Whatever. I don't care how tough he is. He's still a rude jerk. Come to think of it, how does he know Dad anyway? He seems to think highly of Dad's ability, but even so, he didn't seem to like him all that much. There are a number of things in the past I can't go into, and those things are the reasons why he feels that way about your father. Well, I couldn't care less about someone rude like that. Anyway, let's hurry to Ravenoo Village. Yeah, Agate is a bit of an ass when he gets introduced. Actually, not a bit of an ass. He is a total ass. Right up until a character in the 3rd chapter interacts with him for, I think, the 2nd time. But you'll find that out. 3rd chapter of this game, by the way, not 3rd chapter of the Sky Saga. Alright. Let's see what we can find out about the sighting. So, what do you suggest? Should we go and talk to the village, all the villagers? Yeah. People would be suspicious of us if we did that all of a sudden. I think we should talk to the village elder first and see what he has to say about it. Okay. Back to the village elder. Hey, elder. We're back again. I see you're all together. What brings you all up here today? Are you here for a visit? No, not exactly. We're actually here on business. Although, if it's possible, I'd really like a glass of your fruit wine. Ha 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 ha. Things in the world never go like you expect, do they? By the way, I never got to chance to ask you until now, but you don't happen to be one of Agate's companions, do you? Well, we're all members of the same guild, but we're not companions exactly. We know him by face, and that's probably about it. I see. So he's traveling by himself as usual, huh? Huh? What's wrong, sir? It's nothing, really. Please pardon my expression. Anyway, what brings you to this rural village of ours? Don't tell me another dangerous monster showed up in the area. No, actually, we're in the middle of an investigation concerning the missing airliner. We came here because we heard there was a report of some kind of sighting. Ah, I see. The Royal Army came here and investigated that the other day. However, they searched around the area and ended up leaving empty-handed. Really? Is that so? Well, what about the person who saw that flying silhouette in the sky? It was one of the children here in the village. A boy named Louis. He apparently saw some suspicious shadow making its way across the sky on the night of the incident. But he's a kid in any way you think about it, so he may have just imagined the whole thing while he was half asleep. Imagined it, huh? I guess the best thing we can do, then, is ask him directly. You're probably right about that. Thank you for your time, sir. Don't mention it. If there's anything else I can help you with, don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, the Royal Army brushed him off, but we'll just have to see what Louis says about this. Huh? I haven't seen you guys around here before. Are you merchants here to buy any fruit? Actually, no. We're here for a different reason. As a matter of fact, we're bracers. Bracers? You mean like agate? I don't know. You don't look all that strong to me. Especially because you're a girl. Why don't you tell me how you really feel? But after seeing my great skill over the staff, do you think you can still call me weak? Whoa! That's amazing! It's like a tornado! I hope you've learned your lesson that looks can be deceiving. Now how about another amazing demonstration with my staff? Estelle, be careful. Wasn't it just yesterday that you hit yourself in the face doing that? Anyway, are you Louis by chance? Yeah. But how do you know my name? We heard from the village elder. He said you saw some kind of flying shadow. Do you think you can tell us a little bit more about what you saw that night? Sure, if you want. But the soldiers from the army already searched the place and didn't find anything. That's fine. We're not worried about that. Do you think you can tell us what you saw? In as much detail as you can remember. Okay, I'll try. You see, I like watching the stars at night. So I often sneak out of my house at night and come here and look at the stars. On the other night, when I was out here looking at the stars, I saw two shadows moving across the sky. Now hold on a minute here. You say you saw two shadows? Yeah, that's right. And they were different sizes too. Kind of like a mom leading a kid. Two shadows, two sizes. That's consistent with an airliner and the Sky Bandit ship, if you think about it. Yeah, the aircraft we ran across in the woods was definitely smaller than a typical airliner. And the two shadows just kept on flying north until I couldn't see them anymore. So north is... There's a trail that it continues behind the village. And it leads to an old septia mine, which was abandoned some time ago. The soldiers from the army supposedly searched the trail, but didn't come up with anything. That's why they said I must have been dreaming. And then they laughed at me like I didn't know what I was talking about. Enough of that. You're a boy, right? And boys don't cry. We're not like those stupid soldiers. We don't think you're telling a lie either, and we're going to prove it. Really? Darn straight. You just leave it to us. So no more crying, okay? Okay. You're a real nice person. As usual, she's got a knack with the kids. Yeah, maybe it's a virtue. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? It's nothing. Let's focus on the task at hand. It looks like we've got stuff to do. Right. Let's hurry and get onto the trail behind the village and see what we can find. So I don't remember if we can yet, but we do want to talk to the elder either before or after we go to the mine. Nope. Oh, actually, what he says does have some lore significance, so I'll read it out. The silhouette that Louis saw flying in the sky. I wonder if it could be him. No, it couldn't be. It's been decades since anyone last saw him. That line won't pay out until the second game, but it will pay out. It's just kind of a one-drop line, so it's easy to ignore. Let's see. Oh, we ran into a chupacabra. That's not totally annoying. Totally not. Alright, so we continue on north to the abandoned mine. This looks like the entrance to the abandoned mine. Kind of reminds me of the Malga mine, except for the fact that it's all deserted. It seems like this place was abandoned quite some time ago. The padlock and chain, rusted. It doesn't look like this gate has been opened recently, which means there's no possibility that the Sky Bandits entered through here. I wonder if that's why the army never investigated the place. They're probably not going to find any clues searching around in an old mine, that's for sure. What's wrong, Estelle? What's wrong, Estelle? Maybe it's just me, but do you feel any air flowing out of here? When you say out of here, do you mean the mine? Yeah, that's right. Let's see. You're right, Estelle. It's rather subtle, but there is air flowing out of here. Just like I thought, huh? Sometimes your senses can be surprisingly sharp, I wonder if you get that from your father. My dad doesn't have anything to do with it. But forget about that. Aren't you more interested in what's inside this old mine? There's certainly a possibility it connects to somewhere. It's probably worth checking out. Well, in that case, let's bust this lock off. Hey, don't even think about doing that. For now, we'd better head back to the village and talk to the elder. He might have the key. You're no fun, Shara. So more than likely, the episode that we do next will be the last for Chapter 1, with the rate this is going. But that's also if I remember the length of Chapter 1 correctly or not. Because the chapters do get longer with each passing chapter. Of course, Chapter 2 is probably my favorite. Oh. Are you looking for my husband? Since it's that time of day, I'm sure he's up at the gravesite on the hill. So, we need to go up to the graves. Right to here. So this is where you are, near Elder Ryson. Oh, it's you young bracers, is it? Well, this is an rather extravagant grave for a small village like this, isn't it? It was erected to mourn all those souls we lost 10 years ago. Since the Bose region is nearest to the Empire, it was in the thick of the fray, and the village lost a number of good people in the hostilities. That's terrible. There's no need for you to get somber too, though. These days, cleaning this monument is just one of my daily routines. But I guess you wouldn't have come up here if you didn't think there was something I could help you with, right? Oh, right. There was something we wanted to talk to you about. But before that, would you mind if we paid our respects as well? I know we don't have any flowers to give, but we'd like to at least offer up a prayer. Oh, I see. No, of course I don't mind. I'm sure all those looking down from above would be overjoyed by the gesture. So, you say there might be some clues in that old mine, huh? I know for certain that the soldiers didn't check inside. After I heard Louis' story, it really got me thinking. We'd like to check the place out, just in case. So would you mind lending us the key to the entrance? The key for the padlock, huh? Give me a minute here. I'm sure I put it in this drawer. Oh, right. Here it is. Okay, this should get you inside. Wow, this key looks ancient. Many thanks, Elder Ison. This will help us a lot. This will really help a lot. Don't mention it. We're always indebted to the Bracers Guild for their help. It's only natural we would try to return the favor. Thank you. If everyone we dealt with was as cooperative as you, it would make our lives a lot easier. We'll be sure to let you know if we find anything. I would appreciate that. Alrighty, back to the mine. A lot of back and forth, unfortunately, but that's kind of just JRPGs. Backtracking happens way too often sometimes, but meh. That is not the correct way. We've already gone that way. In fact, I believe we've gotten all the chests in this area in an earlier session. So all we're doing is going into the abandoned mine. Let's use this key we borrowed from the village elder. Phew, that was one heavy gate. Let's have a look inside, shall we? I don't know about sky bandits, but I can definitely sense some monsters in here. Everyone stay alert. And monsters being in there is why we're going to drop a save. Because, like I've said, it never hurts. Okay, these guys are just bad against magic in general, so we should take them out with one critical aerial from Scheherazade. I love the cave music in this game. It's probably one of my favorite themes in this game. One of. Not the. Not my absolute favorite, though. There are way too many to choose between. I mean, the battle themes, for one, are fantastic. So is this theme. Even though it isn't actually that long. I'm just going to let it loop really quickly. Anyway. But yeah, Falcom does a great job with their music. Doesn't matter which of their series you're talking about, not either. This or Ys, or... They've got a couple more. I've just never actually gotten around to playing them, which is sad. I want to. I think I've got a couple of them, in fact. I was kind of debating on doing blind playthroughs of some of their other games at some point. Maybe do the Ys games in the future. If people want, of course. Just start all the way back with Ys 1, which was so long ago. Because East 1 is from, I want to say, early 80s. It is a very, very old game. Boy. I'm going to put this one here. Kind of just hope. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we can work with that. And I should be able to kill them with Sylphin Whip. Or not. Still has no CP since she died, so we have to use magic. Otherwise, I would have just done Hurricane. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got an extra bear claw, so I'm going to make a floral jelly and a flowery soda. And let's make some fried eyes and eggs. In fact, we're just going to go all out and make a bunch of healing items while we're right here. And then have Estelle. No. Yes. Estelle's magic isn't quite as good, so might as well take advantage of her for healing. So we're just taking a quick look around because I do believe that there is... Sorry about the spinning, I'm just scrolling down on my guide here. Oh, there are no chests. Okay. I wanted to be sure before I actually went into any new areas here and continued story. However, I believe we've got a boss fight coming up here really soon. If I'm not... I was going to say, if I'm not getting myself all mixed up. Man, it's bright in here. Huh? Isn't that the... Quiet, Estelle. It looks like we've hit the jackpot. And look what we found. We found the Linde. Forget about the heavy things. Focus on the food provisions and the valuables. And hurry it up, will ya? It's only a matter of time before someone finds this place. Understood, Kyle. What's an airliner doing in a place like this? Guess that kid wasn't seeing things after all. This looks like an area that is used for... This looks like an area that used to be for strip mining. Used to be used for strip mining. It certainly turned out to be a great place to hide something of this size. Yeah, who would have thought to look here? Look at that. Aren't they loading the airliner cargo into their own ship? Let's worry about that later. We've got to figure out a way to bag these guys before they can get away again. So this is our third trip, huh? Ah, man, Dawn really is a slave. Dawn can be a real slave driver sometimes. Oh well, this is all taken care of. Once this is all taken care of, we'll be able to sit back and negotiate a nice fat ransom. Hold it right there. Who in the... scorching flames of justice shall never fade away as long as evil thrives in this world. The League of Extraordinary Bracers have arrived. Huh? The League of what? You bonehead. Why do you always have to get it carried away like that? What's with you two? Now I look like a big fool saying that stuff all alone. You're the ones Josette had a run in with back in Rolent. This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early. It can't be right. We're not supposed to be here this early. What the heck are you talking about? In accordance with the laws of the Bracers Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with the hijacking of the airliner and its passengers. I hope for your sake you'll come along quietly. Now hold on a minute. Are you trying to tell me that only the three of you came here to arrest us? You see anyone else, Bandit Boy? So you're not involved with the others then, huh? Then that simplifies things. Let's get 'em, boys! Kyle's really annoying to deal with, because he's going to be setting up bombs to throw at us constantly. But we're going to take advantage of the fact that if only we were a little faster. Oh well, we can heal up. And aerial. We're just going to try to take these four out as quick as possible. He tosses a bomb at Estelle, and we already healed up past that, so we don't really care. And we're going to use this next, just to make sure that Joshua can get that off before he dies. And we're going to hit Kyle with Scheherazards, because neither of them are in good health. However, that really sets us up well. And we've got a floral jelly to make sure that we survive. And we'll heal up Scheherazard. And just Soul Blur. I'm pretty sure, due to him being a boss, we can't one-shot. Just period. That's fine, that's fine. We'll flicker. And there we go. Really easy compared to some of the others. And I wouldn't even say we're that over-leveled. We're definitely higher level than the game expects us to be, but Nightmare mode. Ow. You guys are tougher than I thought. It's no wonder Josette got beat up by you three. Sweet talk won't get you anywhere, buddy. It's time to surrender and let the passengers go. You really don't know anything, do you? What was that you called yourselves? The League of Exceptionally Dim or something? You're making fun of my awesome team name? You're dead. Look out! is this? You've got to be kidding me. Another smoke screen? It's too bad about the rest of the cargo, but we'll have to live without it. Later, bracers! Ow, ow, ow. Some of it got in my eyes. Don't worry, it's not poisonous. It looks like it was a typical smoke canister. Their ship is already out of sight. This is getting really old. It's not once, but twice now they've gotten away. If I get demoted for this at the guild, there's not really much that I could say in my defense. Oh, Shara. Quit acting like this was all your fault. We're responsible for letting them get away too. If we've got time to kick ourselves over this, then there's got to be something more there's got to be some other constructive things we can do. Well, you sound like you should be a senior bracer. Well, at least we were able to take back the airliner. So how about we have a look? The passengers may be inside. Right. Yep. And we still got plenty of time, so I can't call it and leave a cliffhanger. Because I know what happens after this, and it's not pretty. Alright, so there's a lot of things to investigate. And I have the list pulled up on the side. There's not a piece of cargo left. Evidently, the Sky Bandits managed to make off with it all. At least, judging by the looks of things. At any rate, we should do a thorough investigation of the place. Here's a lift car. Looks like the same type as those at the landing port. Sky Bandits probably used this to move the cargo. Let's see. I wonder what this is. It's the orbital engine control panel. It looks like the flow of orbital energy has been completely stopped. On this floor, we need to come into here and investigate the captain's seat. It looks like this is the captain's seat. If these were any other circumstances, I'd love to sit here. Don't even think about it. And the steering wheel. Here's the steering wheel used to pilot the ship. I wonder where the pilot could have gone. Up here, we need to go to the front. It's bright in here. There's a lot of light shining into this place. And then we need to go up onto the 4th floor and exit, because there's nothing to actually look at up there. We checked it over, but it looks like there's nobody inside. There's a high possibility that the passengers were transferred to the Sky Bandits airship, and then to wherever their hideout is. Agreed. But this sucks. Right when I thought we had some clues, we're back to 0. Come on, cheer up already. It's not like every clue has completely vanished. Why do you think the Sky Bandits hid the airliner in a place like this? Huh? As far as I can tell, the orbital energy in the ship has completely stopped. Which means that the orbital engine was stripped from the aircraft. I know this because the orbital energy in orbit gradually recharges over time. Furthermore, the Sky Bandits had made multiple trips to carry off a large amount of cargo. Considering the time and risk involved, don't you think it would have been more effective to just take the entire airliner to their hideout? Yeah, that does seem a little odd that they didn't. So why'd they hide the airliner here then? All I can think of is that they did in order to... And here, we need to answer ditch the Linde because their hideout is somewhere weird. Yes, that's exactly right. From my guess, I would imagine that their hideout is in a slightly peculiar place. Maybe 10 to 15 arch in size. In short, a peculiar place on which only a small aircraft like the Sky Bandit, its airship, could land. Interesting. How about a terrain covered with extreme differences in height, like mountains and ravines? That seems like a likely place for the Sky Bandit's hideout. Yes, that's what I've been thinking too. However, if that's the case, then we may be unable to do anything else. There's a possibility that their hideout may be in a place we can't reach by foot. Then what can we do? Well, I hate to say it, but we may have to share our conclusions with the army and ask for their cooperation. Because they're the only ones with patrol ships. What? Now you're trying to tell us we should go crawling back to the army and ask them for help? Either way, we still have to report to them about the airliner. Personally speaking, I think we should cooperate with the army, whatever their attitude may be. Especially if it means bringing the hostages back safe and sound. I guess you're right. This isn't the time or place to be letting my personal feelings get the best of me. For the time being, let's get back to the guild and report our findings to Legrand. We should be able to contact the Haken Gate if we use the orbital telephone. And then we head downstairs. And this. Huh? What the heck? Great. Now this was something I did not expect. I wonder if we should be glad since they've saved us the trouble of having to contact them. And here's the army. We found a suspicious armed group. Put your hands in the air, all of you. What is this world coming to? A woman and 2 kids are the Sky Bandit? But the girl does look shifty. Hey now, that's just rude. And who are you calling Sky Bandits? Can't you see the shiny emblem on my chest? That bracer emblem, huh? That bracer emblem, huh? I hope you don't think for a moment something like that proves your innocence. General Morgan? Why are you here? After looking over the reports of my men, I found this place to be insufficiently investigated, so I came here for myself. Who would have thought the lot of you were conspiring with the Sky Bandits? Might I get you to stop with the accusations, General? We happen to find this place one step ahead of your men. If that's the truth, then why don't you tell me where the Sky Bandits are? Are the hostages inside that airliner? We almost had the Sky Bandits, but they managed to escape. And there are no hostages to be found here. It looks like the truth has come out. Most likely, you notified the Sky Bandits to let them know we were coming. Wait a minute. How about you cut with the crap? My thoughts exactly. All right, men. Take them into custody. Yeah, General Morgan's a bit of an asshole. And he continues to be. He never stops being an asshole. The general will be questioning you himself on the morrow. If your innocence is proven, then you will be released in 2 or 3 days. So for the time being, this cell will give you a place to cool your heels. We're not alone. This is not even funny. Tossing us in a place like this without even listening to a word we have to say. If the army managed to arrest the Sky Bandits, then I'm sure we'd have our names cleared. But with the way things are at the moment, that may not be possible. Huh? Why not? Remember what the Sky Bandit leader, or we fought in the old mine, said, right? You remember what the Sky Bandit leader in the mine said, right? He said, "This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early, if I remember correctly." Now that you mention it, he did say that, didn't he? Are you trying to tell me that he meant the army by that? That he meant the army by that, are you? I don't know for sure, but I would bet that's what he means. Which means that the Sky Bandits have a mole in the army. Or a collaborator who's leaking information. That's what you wanted to say, isn't it, Joshua? Yeah. Well, if that's the case, they'll never get caught. Which means we were the only ones that stood a chance at nabbing them. But now we're stuck in here. I wonder how your father would get around this little setback. My. Well, don't you all seem to be in a bit of a fix. Huh? Did you say something, Joshua? No, I didn't say anything. It came from the cell next door. It almost sounds familiar. Oh, how could you say something so heartless? My lustrous voice should be recognizable to anyone. Could this unfounded self-confidence and tone of absurd narcissism belong to... It's you, isn't it, Olivier? You do remember my dulcet chords. To think we'd meet again in a place like this. It seems that we are bound by destiny. Why are you here? I thought we took you to Bose. Now you're locked up in a place, and now you're locked up in a place like this. What the heck did you do? Come now, let's not worry about all the little details, shall we? I have my reasons, which are deeper than the deepest ocean and higher than the highest peak. I'm definitely not asking now. I'm sure we'll get tired. I'm sure we'd just get tired while you talk our ears off. What a coincidence, Estelle. I was thinking the same thing. So there you have it. We don't really care to know. You talk so much that I'd probably be an old woman by the time you were done, and I'm not ready for wrinkles yet. Ha ha ha. Come on now, let's not be like that. I'll fill you in on all the details of the tragic incident which befell me. Didn't you listen, dummy? We don't want to hear about it. It all began after we parted ways. I did some window shopping in the Bose market, and then moved on to the Antaros restaurant. You see, once I had eaten to my heart's content, I began to play on the grand piano, to then feed my artistic soul. And upon doing so, the restaurant manager was overcome by my skill. So I was asked to stay and work as a professional pianist for the restaurant. That's great and all, but I thought you were supposed to be a lutist. Ha! My musical genius is not limited to just one instrument. Anyway, back to my story. After negotiating a few of my own conditions, I accepted their job offer. Those conditions were, of course, food and wine for free every day instead of Mira. I don't know how to put it, but that's very you, Olivier. Yet I'm not sure how that has anything to do with you getting thrown in jail. Oh, well, this is where the real sob story begins. That night, I had been enjoying a plate of sautéed duck I'd have the chef prepare. But the blood sauce which it had been used was a little too overbearing for my palate. Consequently, I began to feel that normal red wine was not satisfying enough. The more you talk, the more I want to hit you. But go on, I'm curious in spite of knowing better. Well, so I borrowed a bottle of wine, which seemed really good from the cellar. Something called Grand Chardonnay, from the year 1183. Grand Chardonnay? From the year 1183? That's the legendary vintage wine that was auctioned off in the Royal City. Oh, well, aren't you well informed? I heard a rumor about it too, so of course I was interested in having a drink for myself. Auctioned off? How much are we talking about here? From what I heard, it went in for somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 mira. 500,000 mira? For just one bottle? That's out of this world. And you didn't, did you, Olivier? Ha! Such a needless question. Of course I opened the bottle and had a sip. Its sweet-smelling fragrance tickled my nostrils. Its luxurious, mellow taste caressed my throat. And can you believe what else? A rose-tinted vignette of time and space existed within that very bottle. I don't think I can listen to this any longer. Yeah, my ears are bleeding from listening to such stupidity. I'm completely dumbfounded. The sad thing is that after taking a sip of such excellent wine, I began to feel the food was lacking. And as I was having the chef cook me up something else to match the wine, the restaurant manager returned. Since I'm not a stingy fellow, I cordially invited him to join me for a drink. But for some reason, he got rather upset. In fact, he got so steaming mad that his face looked like a ripe tomato. And before I could say another word, the group of soldiers came filing in. And, well, one thing led to another, and I can't say another word about this tragedy of being dragged all the way here without coming to tears. So let us weep together as you sympathize with my dilemma. Idiot. Pardon? Do my ears deceive me? I could have sworn I heard, yeah. And even an absurdly misheard idiot coming from your cell. Are you listening? This is where the story gets really interesting. You see, several further trials awaited me after I was brought here. Hello? Are you listening? This was the moment I was waiting for. Yeah, no, he cracked open a bottle of wine that cost $500,000 and then just expected to get away with it. He's an idiot, and I love him. Hey, you three, get up! I'm tired. What's wrong? What are you trying to tell us? We're being interrogated this early in the morning? That's a little early, even for me. No, it's just the opposite. You're being released. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Is there a reason for this? Yes, I'd like to consider myself the reason. Mayor Maybell? What an unusual place to be meeting you. I'm really sorry about everything that's happened to you. But don't worry, your names have been cleared. I don't completely agree with everything, but it's a request coming from Maybell herself. You'd better remember to thank her. So you mean Mayor Maybell stood up on our behalf? No, that's not exactly it. I just explained your situation to General Morgan. Our situation? Yes. I have one question for the both of you. Are you really the children of Cassius Bright? Yes, that's right. This is Estelle Bright, and I'm his adopted son, Joshua. I see. Now that you mention it, the girl does slightly resemble Lena. You knew my mother? Yes, I enjoyed your mother's cooking on several occasions when I visited your home in Relent. Well, in fact, we even met once when you were just a baby. Now wait just a minute. You're a personal acquaintance of my dad's? I knew that he was in the military before, but... I don't know Cassius Bright the Bracer. The only Cassius I know is the one from the service. He was a rare strategist. Strategist? Dad? I just can't imagine what he saw in the Bracer Guild. It makes me angry just thinking about it. You'll have to excuse me. What's wrong with him? It seems like your father was a brilliant officer in the military. I've heard from the general that he tried several times to get your father to change his mind about retiring. I didn't know about that. Somehow it feels hard to believe. However, if that's the case, the general's hatred for bracers may stem from Cassius leaving the army. From the vexation of being left by one of his most promising men. I get the same impression. So what you're saying is our lives are such a pain because of Dad. That dirty, rotten scoundrel. How about we return to Bose then, now? With the airliner being found, the situation has taken a new turn. So there are a number of things I'd like to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Is something the matter? I'm definitely ready to get out of here, but it feels like we're forgetting something. Now that you mention it, what could it be? Oh, how callous people can be at times. How could you forget about a companion who spent the night spent a night with you in a cold, hard cell? How lamentable! How pitiful! Fine, be that way. I shall wither away, friendless and hungry, alone in this dark purgatory. Is he still here? Yeah, I completely forgot about him. I'm sorry to say this, but there's not much we can do for you. Is he the musician I heard about? The one who chugged that bottle of Grand Chardonnay without a second thought? Ha! Indeed, that is I. Yet, my fair lass, I would be heartbroken if you took my intentions the wrong way. For you see, I perceived it as an advance payment for the exquisite service that I was about to render. You're quite the interesting character. Alright, I'll see what I can do to bargain with the General. Well, for your release. Really? Truly? You would do that? You would do such a kind service for a man such as myself? I think that may be asking a bit much. If the restaurant takes this to trial, well, there's going to be a lawsuit. Well, there's no need to worry about that. You see, the owner of the restaurant is me. Huh? And that Grand Chardonnay was the very one that I bid on. That being the case, I'm fairly confident there won't be any other problems over the matter. I can't believe you were released. It's like a stroke of bad luck. Ha 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 ha. Please don't lay on the compliments so thick. However, it pains my soul that I partook in such a fine wine without paying a single mira. Shall I play the piano in the restaurant per our contract to remedy that? I think I'm going to have to pass on that. After what happened, I think it would be a bit awkward having you back there. I, for one, don't think he'd mind a bit. Yeah, he sure does seem to have a thick skin. Let's just think of this as an unfortunate incident for the both of us. But I don't think I can just let things go like this. Let's see. It seems like you're investigating something at the moment, right? How about I lend my assistance in return for the wine? Huh? Well, that does sound interesting. Could I ask you to join these bracers in their work? Ha! Could you ever? So it's settled. Let our new working relationship bloom like a magnolia at the height of spring. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. What did we do to deserve this? Your general weirdness aside, simply having an amateur like you around is honestly going to be a pain. Are you confident that you won't be a drag on our work or our sanity? Well, I'm confident in my marksmanship and magic. But of course, I'd be distressed if you tried to list my music genius in the same group. That's the kind of line that gets me really worried. But maybe we could use an extra hand. As long as we can't count on the army to help us out, I have the feeling we'll be short on manpower. Well, alright then. We'll use you for what you're worth. However, if we do happen to conclude that you're not worth your weight, you're dumped from the party. Are you going to be okay with this? And with that? Haha, of course I don't mind. I'd never let you down, so please be reassured. Well, my expectations of you are pretty much at rock bottom anyway, so I know you won't let me down. I'm glad things are settled between you all. Before you go, there's something I need to tell you. Tell us? Actually, the town did seem pretty noisy as you were headed here. What happened? Truth be told, last night there was a large-scale burglary in Bose's South Block. The weapon shop and orbital factory were targeted, as well as a number of private residences. What? So, was this the work of the Sky Bandits? It's unknown at the time, but it's highly probable. A unit from the Royal Army is currently conducting an investigation. I see. Guess we'd better do an investigation of our own then. Yes, I'd like to formally request that you do just that. I'll send a payment over to the guild for the work you've done so far. Please make use of the money for your current investigation expenses. I have a feeling that the army is going to get in our way again. But I guess when that happens, it happens. Whether they get in our way or not, I don't think we should be forthcoming with the army about any information we come across. Because if there's really a spy in their midst, they'll just leak it to the Sky Bandits. Though I'm reluctant to say it, I also think it's best we keep quiet about our findings. Anyway, let's act with prudence. Alrighty, my bosom companions. Shall we head to the South Block? Look, buddy, who made you king of the show? Ah, Olivier. So, we're going to head to the Bracer Guild first. Double check to say... Tune in next time for when I have to reload my save because we missed a quest. Oh boy. Alright. Anyway, that is going to be the end. I'm going to probably record this quest on my own time, and I will put a link in the chat. I'll put a link in all the Discords that I post to for the YouTube video of it. Oh boy. Yeah. This is what happens in this game, unfortunately. It is so easy to miss things. Well, not even worth saving. Talk to y'all later. Bye.